Hi friends, welcome to another story time with me. And today, as always, we're going to be reading from our Jesus Storybook Bible by Lloyd-Jones. And today's story is going to be like one we have never read before. It's going to be so special. So I invite you to go ahead and turn to page 144 if you have the book at home with you. And today's story is called Operation No More Tears, and it is based on the story of the rescuer, the prophecies that God gave Isaiah. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm so excited. Do you know what your name means? Well, there was once a man called Isaiah, and his name meant God to the rescue. That might sound like a bit of a funny name to you, but it was just the right name for Isaiah because God had a special job for Isaiah. You see, Isaiah's job was to listen to God and then tell the people what he heard. Now, God let Isaiah know a secret. God was going to mend his broken world. He showed Isaiah his secret rescue plan. Operation No More Tears. This is the message that God gave Isaiah. It was a little like a letter that God wrote to his children. Did you know that God wrote us a letter? That is amazing. I can't wait. And it says, "Dear little flock, you're all wandering away from me like sheep in an open field. You have always been running away from me, and now you're lost. You can't find your way back. But I can't stop loving you. I will come to find you. So I am sending you a shepherd to look after you and to love you, to carry you home to me. You've been stumbling around like people in a dark room, but into the darkness a bright light will shine. It will chase away all the shadows like sunshine. A little baby will be born, a royal son. His mommy will be a young girl who doesn't have a husband. His name will be Emmanuel, which means God has come to live with us. He is one of King David's children's children, the Prince of Peace. Yes, someone is going to come and rescue you, but he won't be who anyone expects." That's a beautiful letter. He will be a king, but he won't live in a palace. And he won't have lots of money. He will be poor, and he will be a servant. But this king will heal the whole world. He will be a hero. He will fight for his people and rescue them from their enemies. But he won't have big armies, and he won't fight with swords. He will make the blind see, and he will make the lame leap like deer. He will make everything the way it was always meant to be. But people will hate him, and they won't listen to him. He will be like a lamb. He will suffer, and he will die. It's the secret rescue plan we made from before the beginning of the world. It's the only way to get you back. But he won't stay dead. I will make him alive again. And one day, when he comes back to rule forever, the mountains and trees will dance and sing for joy. The earth will shout out loud. His fame will fill the whole earth as the waters covers the sea. Everything sad will come untrue. Even death is going to die. And he will wipe away every tear from every eye. Yes, the rescuer will come. Look for him and watch for him. Wait for him. He will come. I promise. Oh, let me show you the picture. Poor Isaiah. He read God's letter over and over to God's people, but no one listened to him at all, ever. They didn't want to hear God's promises. They didn't believe it. Did it sound maybe too good to be true? A story that ends happily ever after? Well, it does sound like a fairy tale, doesn't it? And as anyone will quickly tell you, fairy tales aren't true. Or are they? And God signed his letter, Love God. Friends, this has been such a special story, don't you think? Did you know that God wrote a letter to you? Well, in the book of Isaiah, as we just read, God wrote that letter for you and for me. There is a rescuer, and his name is Jesus. He is the rescuer of the whole world and the one whom this story is talking about, that came from God for us, for you and for me. So friends, I encourage you to continue to wait for him, as the letter from God said. Continue to wait for him, because he is coming again, and he will rescue us once and for all, to dwell with him. He has already rescued us on the cross, but he will come to rescue us from this world so we can be with him forever and ever. What a glorious day. Until next time.